I've been giving a lot of thought to this idea of intrinsic versus extrinsic motivation and rewards, right? So an extrinsic reward would be making more money, or going on a fancy vacation, or having a big house. And look, the fact is that that's how people measure themselves against other people. And whether it's the scoreboard in a sports game, or it's the Mercedes Benz, or it's having getting the lead role in a play, or whatever it is, people default to measuring themselves against other people based on what would be defined as extrinsic rewards, right? Something that, so you achieved something, right? But that is, it's difficult to maintain that motivation internally without desperately needing to have the next thing, right? So it puts you on this endless treadmill of, I need a bigger house, I need a fancier car, I need to get the next bigger deal, or whatever it is, as opposed to intrinsic rewards, which is being able to look in the mirror at the end of the day and knowing I did better than I could have yesterday, right? And I know that I am continuing to push myself to better better levels, to be more successful, at whatever my craft is, whether that's sales, or whether that's doing deals, or racing, or whatever it is, singing, whatever your thing is, right? And the intrinsic focus in trying to make yourself better doesn't necessarily always materialize as being successful extrinsically, right? So you can continue to make yourself better and better and better, and maybe you run up against someone who's just better than you, or someone prepared more than you did, right? The thing is that nobody in the outside world cares about how much you tried, right? But you have to care how much you tried. And the fact is that nobody in the outside world, and everybody measures in the outside world by what you have, right? Everybody measures like, he's driving the fancy car, or he's got the big fancy title, or they've got the lead role in the play, or this person's on the top of the podium in a race, or whatever it is, right? But it's a question of what is the external motivator, and the thing that is the ultimate goal, and what is it that you look at in the mirror and say, I gave it my all. I did every single thing I could to achieve the best that I possibly could. And it's a very difficult balance. And look, it's something that I'm continuing to try and learn. It's something that I try and teach my kids, right? How do you reward them for trying their hardest, but also explain that if you tried your hardest and got a C, well, I'm glad and proud that you tried your hardest, but it's still a C, right? And if you went ahead and had a test that was super easy and got an A and didn't have to study, you don't get a lot of credit in my book for just getting that A. I'm glad you got the A, it's better than a C, but you didn't really have to stretch yourself, right? So how do you go ahead and get yourself comfortable with this idea of continuing to have improvements in your own life through effort and being happy with that as a reward, versus how do you go ahead and live in a world that measures only output and doesn't care what the inputs are?